Hola chicos, es otra presentación gramatical sobre los adverbios. Los adverbios, bueno, este concepto en inglés. Hace mucho tiempo que vimos este concepto, entonces quiero repasar qué es un adverbio en español y también en inglés. De niña yo era contenta, ¿no? Otro es un ejemplo de la presentación gramatical del imperfecto, ¿no? Yo era. Pero ahora vamos a enfocar en contenta. ¿Cómo se dice contenta en inglés? Happy, content, no? So what am I doing using contenta? I'm describing this noun, me, yo. Yo era contenta. I was happy. So, en otro ejemplo, de niña yo jugaba al fútbol contentamente. Contenta means happy. So what do you think contentamente is? Or what is contentamente doing? Contentamente is not describing me because I would have to use a verb to be, like ser estar, if it was an adjective. But it's not an adjective, it's a what? Adverbio, an adverb. And what do adverbs do? Describe verbs, which is why it's called an adverb. That's how I was playing soccer, happily, contently. So, to review, in English, adjectives describe a noun, yo, contenta, and adverbs describe a verb. Jugaba contentamente. That's it. And remember, we just talked about contenta means happy. So contentamente means happily. And so therefore we can conclude that when we add mente onto an adjective, we change it from an adjective to an adverb. Just like we do in English, happy, happily, sad, sadly. Okay, so we're going to identify the adverbs based on the context in the following sentence. Y la situación es pobre Irene jugaba al fútbol cuando se lastimó su rodilla, ¿no? Una palabra de vocabulario. Entonces nosotros fuimos al hospital después. And I just want to point out, before we talk about the adverbs in the following sentences, that here we have the imperfect tense, but here we have the preterite tense connected by cuando. So what idea is being conveyed here? Irene was playing. When we use the imperfect tense separated by cuando, it states what was going on when something happened. She hurt her knee. And we'll talk about this in chapter 11, but I'm not going to present the situation without optimizing this little chance I have to explain what's coming. Jugaba al fútbol cuando se lastimó su rodilla. Entonces el doctor dijo que nuestra Irene necesitaba una operación inmediatamente. ¿Entienden? Operación, ¿no? Inmediatamente. Entonces, ¿cuál es el adverbio en esta oración? Bueno, es muy obvio. Inmediatamente. Por esta parte de la palabra mente. Mente is like ly in English on an adjective, immediate versus immediately, inmediatamente, ¿no? Cuando Irene salió de la operación, le preguntamos nerviosamente al doctor cómo estaba nuestra hija. Ok, ¿entienden? Después de la operación, una conversación entre la doctora, la médica, y, sus papás. Nerviosamente es el adverbio, ¿no? Nervioso, adjetivo, nerviosamente, adverbio. Afortunadamente, el médico contestó que Irene estaba bien. ¿Entienden? Ok, bueno, entonces afortunadamente es el adverbio, ¿no? Y es muy obvio porque tenemos esta parte mente, ¿no? Afortunado, afortunadamente. Entonces, ¿qué está ocurriendo con la conversión de un adjetivo a un adverbio? Les explico en inglés. So you take your adjective, for example. Well, actually, we're going to work in reverse. Inmediatamente, our suffix is mente, and we know our suffix is mente for each one of these. So I'm just going to draw an arrow. And if you're filling in the notes on the handout provided, you can put that in. Mente, mente, mente. And remember, this is the same thing as ly. General, generally. Okay? Sad, sadly. Mente conveys that idea in Spanish. So working in reverse, if you take the mente off, what do you get? Nerviosa, right? And it's important that we end our adjective the way it appears in our adverb. Nerviosa. Okay, chicos? Afortunada. Because when we do that and recognize that it's changed to its feminine form on the supersite or on the test, you're going to be given the masculine form. And that sound is subtle. Nerviosamente, inmediatamente, afortunadamente. It's subtle, but when we change our adjective that ends in an O to a noun, or excuse me, an adverb, we need to make sure that we first change our O to A. Afortunado. Running out of room, but hopefully you understand the concept. It's pretty simple. Okay, so how would you change the following adjectives to adverbs? So I'm going to pause here for a second and give you a chance to think about it. Write your answers on your paper, and then we'll review them. So take a second right now and pause. Actually, I can't pause. You pause the video, and you convert the adjectives to adverbs on your paper. Okay, so hopefully you simply took lento, which is actually the opposite of rápido. Everybody knows what rápido is, but very few people know that lento is the opposite. Like la tortuga camina lentamente. Slowly. Okay? And don't forget to have changed that. Fabulous changes to fabulously. First we make that A, and then we add mente, fabulosamente. Guess what? With enorme and feliz, neither one of these adjectives end in an O. So guess what? You simply add mente. So if you accidentally changed your E to an A on your paper, change it back to the E. It's neutral. We don't need to change it to an A. Enormemente, felizmente. Okay? Bueno, chicos, en su libro, en la página 266, bueno, en la presentación gramatical, ¿qué tenemos? Vocabulario. You need to treat these words as vocabulary. Reference this page in your e-text or v-text, whatever you want to call it, when you're doing your super site homework, because I think there's a couple of activities where it's basically a vocabulary activity. So in order to know what por lo menos means or de vez en cuando, things like that, that's vocab, but these are actually adverbial expressions. So treat it as vocab because there's nothing grammatical going on except for that you use these words to describe not nouns, but what? Verbs. Bueno, chicos, tienen más práctica en el supersitio esta actividad en su libro. Escríbenme si tienen preguntas y hasta luego.